Good morning and welcome to the Bath Studio School.
Morning, Ashley.
Good morning.
I am James Bibbings.
And I'm Harry Kershaw.
And today we are pleased to be joined by the program manager of TED Education.
That's me.
Hope you enjoyed Bath so far.
Oh, I've loved it. It's been fantastic.
Apart from the mixed weather we've been having.
I'm actually kind of a fan of the weather. I have enjoyed it. It feels distinctly British, which is exactly the experience that I was hoping for.
Yeah, so. Always a change.
Yeah.
And how's your time been so far, apart from the weather?
It's been very full. It's been a very full schedule. I've visited lots of schools and done a lot of talking. I've had a couple of TEDx events, which have been really great.
Nice.
And yesterday, TEDx Youth Bath was an incredible experience. I got to talk with tons of students from all around the area, and hearing these incredible speakers, it's been really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your talk yesterday. Can you tell us more about your roles in TED Ed?
Yeah, so TED Ed is an initiative. It's TED's Youth and Education initiative. It's been around for just shy of a decade. We started out as a way to make animated lessons, these short animated lessons that educators could create and share with anyone in the world. And recently realized that what we needed to be doing was working more to amplify student voices from around the world. So we created TED Ed clubs. This is our third year now. And in the first couple of years, it grew really, really quickly, and we've had over 3,000 clubs in 120 some odd countries around the world.
Whoa.
So the folks at TED decided that we needed to bring somebody in to help, kind of grow and scale this program, and that's what I do. I get to work with different areas of the world and try and bring the TED Ed format, the TED format, presentation literacy, to schools around the world.
Brilliant. Basically, so on the TED website, it states that TED Ed's mission is to spark and celebrate the ideas of teachers and students around the world. And can you produce us with some insight on how you do that?
Yeah. So
obviously, like the talk yesterday was very eye-opening to all of us, I think, because we saw a lot more than what well, a lot of us didn't really know what TED was, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
So we learned a lot.
Teddy bear.
well, that was the smaller TEDx event that I'd done the previous day. That was what I opened by saying, I've just left conversation with Ted, and we were talking about Ted's not a person. He is.
Shame.
He's not.
No.
There's no TED. But for the clubs program, so the work that we do, it's basically just a structure to put around the ideas that young people already have. So it's a 13-session kind of curriculum of sorts, or program that you go through, where you start examining what makes a great idea, and you watch different talks and debate with your peers and identify things that you care about, that you're passionate about, that you're interested in, things that you like to do, and kind of dive into what story there is to tell about those things. The same way that we have TED Talks, where there are experts in particular fields that show you something about a topic area that you never would have considered before, whether it's the prison system or plant life. We assume that young people have insights like that too, and all you need is to be given some tools and space to share those ideas. So we've basically trying to figure out a way to create some structure and then get out of the way, so you all can be the ones sharing the insights.
Nice.
Okay, so what is your long-term goal for TED Ed?
Oh man,
Big question.
Yeah, it's a thinker.
Take over the world.
So TED Ed, we want to be a global platform for student ideas, and I think the same way that TED has become a hub and a sort of place where people go when they want to learn about something, I think we want TED Ed to be the global platform for student ideas. And we want everyone to see TED Ed as where you go if you are a student that has an idea worth sharing, which we assume that every one of you are.
Not always for the best.
Well, but we need those too. Always an idea. Yeah. They still count.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been described as addicted to your work. Can you explain what this means to you?
have I been described as that? I think that once you get the sense that youth voice is a thing that needs to be paid more attention to, it's really hard to kind of separate any of the, to do any other work aside from figuring out ways to better create space for students to share their ideas and to think about education in any way other than a space for young people to actualize as humans by exploring what's important to them.
Yeah.
So I work really hard to try and figure out whatever that means. If it's trying to get clubs started in schools around the world, if it's trying to get more young people on TED stages or TEDx stages around the world. Once you kind of get going with that, you realize that there's a lot more work to be done, and I kind of like to check all the boxes off the list. So I just
because there's always going to be more students.
There's always going to be more.
Yeah.
Just one more. Got to get them all.
Yeah. Didn't realise this was Pokemon.
I was gonna say.
That's actually where Pokemon came for the Go game came from. It was there. I'm kidding. They're separate.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking it's a bit interesting. Yeah, learn something new. So here at the Bath Studio School, we cater to, well, very creative and open minds, and very hands-on and practical. How does TEDx cater to open minds and hands-on experience?
Yeah.
Would you say?
Well, we love the weird ones. I think starting so in education, you often have this kind of pre-packaged curriculum. Certain subjects that you have to learn and become proficient in, and that's okay. But it's not what we do. What we do is, all right, learn your subjects separately. Right now, what we want to get at is what are the things that you think about when you're not, studying this particular school subject. What are the things that make your heart beat faster? What are the things?
Food.
Obviously, food. So let's explore that. Where did your interest in food come from?
My interest in food came from my mum mostly. My mum's always been a good cook. She's always cooked me good food, and then obviously once I started trying fast food, became a teenager, constantly started eating bad food. Then what can I say?
Right?
I mean, I grew this belly myself. It sticks out when I push it out. I am proud of it. I've eaten a lot of food to do that, and I'm happy with it.
This is a TED Ed talk right here. This is a story that is uniquely yours to tell.
Yeah, it is.
And I can see it now. You open by telling a story about the first meal that you remember your mom cooking for you.
I walk out on stage just like, do you like food? You better, or else you're gonna die.
Tent your fingers like this, as all good TED speakers do. But really, that to your question, that kind of is the answer. Is we ask some good questions, trying to get people to talk about what's really important to them, and then let you explore that. So we don't put boxes around what the ideas should be. Yeah.
Nice.
Try to maybe help shape it and help turn it into a story that you can own and share, and that might inspire someone else who also loves food and the fact that they've grown their own belly.
Yeah, good for them.
You might be inspiring the next generation.
You never know. See my face on all the food. Outside Mackey's, just with my smiling face, like, yeah, I am loving it. The even sadder thing is I work in McDonald's, so have to eat it all the time.
Jimmy Allen might be opposed to this.
He might be.
This new wave of food education that we're doing here.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
We'll survive.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll have to say thank you for coming in today. It's been a great pleasure.
Brilliant.
And I hope you've enjoyed coming to our school.
I have. This is an incredible school you all have here. I can't believe that you have a studio like this. we were lucky to have tables in my school. This is really lovely.
Does the job.
Does the job. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Okay, well, we're going to finish it off there.
Great. I look forward to seeing the Bath Studio School's application to start a TED Ed Club.
Yeah.
See?
Hear all of your talks.
It's your job then, Aaron. You can do that.
I will. I'll send you guys
On the
an email.
food. Brilliant then. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you guys.
Have a good day.
You too.